All right, but the spirit spheres have low parts too. So I'm going to read page 247, J. Hewat McKenzie, Sexual Indulgence. Because it's not all sunlight and flowers. Another gorge, so he's in the lower part, the lowest realms of the astral, the first astral realm, which are these dark gorges. And he explores these dark gorges. Now here we are, sexual indulgence. Another gorge inspected was devoted to beings whose lives had been given over to excessive animal lusts. The picture here described is of such a bestial character that those of a supersensitive nature may prefer to leave the next few pages unread. The author, however, believes the subject too important to be omitted and therefore supplies a few details of what life in spirit spheres offers to those whose lives on earth were wholly centered on the things of the flesh. Reformatories for the correction of sexual vice are very plentiful on the lowest sphere, for such actions lead the human family into the most degraded depths of the spiritual world. Now I'll add here that um, this whole philosophy is called Neo-Swedenborgianism, and the idea of Neo-Swedenborgianism is that the worlds described here and described by Swedenborg are part of your physiology. That the person who says, "Well, it's all in your head," you say, "Wow, if it's in my head, then that's physiology." So this is a world that we are guaranteed to visit when we die. So he's saying here the lowest depths, sexual, what is he saying? For such actions lead the human family into the most degraded depths of the spiritual world. Well, Swedenborg also says that the highest heights of the spirit world are sexual in nature. So he's, according to Swedenborg, mind you, this is not me. This is me telling you what he said, which is that sex with your spouse is the highest height of the spiritual world. He wrote a whole book on this called um, Marriage Love. So anyway, I got one more minute. Back to the book, page 248. Within the shadows of a wide and deep gorge lay a large lake, from the black water of which emanated a heavy steam-like moisture, with a stench similar to that which proceeds from a cesspool. Its size was about a mile square, and dotted over its surface were to be seen a number of human heads in pairs. On the bank stood a man and a woman, as if about to enter the water together, but the woman seemed loath to do so, owing to the disagreeable odor which arose from its surface as it was disturbed. Both seemed of middle age. The man's face was sullen and brutish, but the woman was horrible and ghastly in appearance. Her jaw had dropped to one side, so that her chin rested upon her chest, and her mouth stood wide open. The eyes were lusterless, like those of a dead fish. The face was the face of dead flesh, and the hair fell over it in loose and careless wisps. The woman was irresolute, as if wishing to turn away, but the man ultimately prevailed upon her, and together they entered the pool.